oh my God, are they frickin' overpriced. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another riveting episode of Mike's Garage. uh, you know, I didn't want to make this video because it starts so much controversy. And especially, it seems like it's been going on for at least a year and a half now, possibly 2 years. How does Snap-on compare to Icon or just, any other ratchet? And first off, I just wanted to give my opinion on this. I am an older guy and I wrench every day. No, I'm not a professional mechanic, but I did rebuild my first mini bike engine at 11 with my grandfather, and I've been wrenching pretty much every day since. Dirt bikes, lawnmowers, mini bikes, and then of course cars and trucks. But I just wanted to give you my opinion on Snap-on versus the rest of these ratchets. Now, here's the Snap-on ratchet, and guys, this ratchet is like $160 at the time of purchase. I think it's a little cheaper now. Okay, whatever. Then you got your old faithful Craftsman. A lot of us older guys have a bunch of these. Like I got a bunch of Craftsman right there, plus more. Then we got the Pittsburgh. A lot of us common guys have Pittsburgh stuff. Then I got SATA. This is a ratchet off Amazon, and I got 3 ratchets, the 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 1/4 inch, all for like $35, and I am so impressed with this ratchet. And then we got the gear wrench, which is a lot of guys' favorites. I know it's a swivel head. I don't have a gear wrench standard ratchet. And then we got these like AutoZone. I call them the AutoZone quickie ratchets. But I've had this ratchet for, I don't know, it's got to be 30 years now, and it hasn't broke. And like I said, I wrench on old cars. I restore these old MR2s. Those of you that follow my channel know that I, wrench a lot. So I just wanted to give you my take on, do you need Snap-on? Hell no, you don't need Snap-on. For you professional mechanics that gotta have the absolute best. Now, Snap-on does make great hand tools. I will say they're always in the top 3. I watch Project Farm, I watch the Torque Test channel, and every other tool channel you can imagine. And Snap-on's pretty much most of the time in the top 3. But do you need it? And here's the thing. When this thing breaks, and this is my second one, none of these other ratchets broke. This one broke. The Snap-on. So what are you going to do? Chase down a tool truck? I had to give my Snap-on ratchet to my buddy that worked at a shop, and he swapped it out for me. So it's really not feasible. Like, it doesn't make sense for the average guy to get Snap-on unless you're just obsessed. Because you can go to Harbor Freight, get these ratchets or the Icons, and it's a lifetime warranty. And I don't know about you, but I got a Harbor Freight just a few miles down the road, and it just makes more sense. Yeah, these are great tools. The best. One of the best, at least. Craftsman, little outdated. But yeah, it's never broke. And this ratchet is a good, oh God, it's got to be 40 years old. This is fairly new from Pittsburgh. I keep this in my tool bag. I needed a quick socket set for my tool bag that I keep in my truck. And like I said, this is the SATA ratchet. You get 3 of them. You get the 3/8 there, and then you get these 2 other ones, the 1/2 inch and the 1/4. And then you got the gear wrench, which are my favorite ratchets. I never used the Snap-on, and here's part of the reason why. If you see how thick the head is, if you compare that, here, sorry guys, I'm trying to hold the camera. Look how much thinner. You know, that's just huge. And maybe you Snap-on guys can tell me this. Why do they got this switch sticking out? Why doesn't it have an indentation like every other ratchet design? I don't get it. But anyways, I just had to interject on all these videos going on. Mr. Subaru, you know, Mr. Snap-on fanboy. I like that guy, but Jesus Christ, he really irritated me with that ball joint press video of how, is it worth is it worth getting hurt? Yeah, it is worth getting hurt, Mr. Subaru. Wrenching's part of the job. Your tools are going to break. You're going to get hurt. But anyways, guys, do you need Snap-on? No. In fact, I rarely use this ratchet. I use the SATA a lot. The head's thin, like the gear wrench, and from what I've heard, these were being made in the same factory as gear wrench, so I don't know, you tell me. And one other thing I wanted to point out, some of these have the ball detent where you can push. A lot of guys love that, which I love it, but if you're a hardcore guy, some of them don't like it because it makes the anvil less strong because you have a hole in it. But anyways, guys, I don't even know where I'm going with this video, but Snap-on is for the extreme professionals, a guy that, you know, is so dedicated to being a mechanic, you know, maybe has his own shop, but it's just not the thing to do for an average guy that works in his garage. It's just, I bought this Snap-on grinder here. This thing was 5 times the price as this Hercules. 5 times. Because I bought it because of the thin head. And I'm like, oh my God, it killed me to buy that. But anyways, I guess my point is, Icon, their G2 ratchets, I think are out right now. They're supposed to be a lot better. Yeah, they're probably made in China, I'm sure. In China, sorry. But I would stay away from Snap-on if you're just the average guy in the garage. Okay, guys. I hope I got my somewhat point out there. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to buy Snap-on if you're not a complete professional. And for you Snap-on guys out there, first of all, I gotta say, they are awesome tools. I'm gonna leave you with this, but oh my God, are they frickin' overpriced. Jesus Christ, Snap-on, what are you thinking with your pricing? You just raping mechanics. And for you Snap-on guys also, can you quit standing in your toolboxes? We get it. Yeah, I probably can't stand in my Harbor Freight box, but hey, I don't remember the last time I had to. Take it easy, guys. I hope you got something from this.